Greetings from London. I was here on a very short trip to celebrate my happy birthday and to meet my son. It's quite hot in London at the moment. It's part of the global warming and it's very unusual to have temperatures as high as 35 degrees, and I'm actually standing in the heat today. But the other side is, look at the place behind me. Can you see the house over there? That's Shakespeare's Globe. I don't know how, I'm sure most of you have heard about William Shakespeare. He was a great playwright from United Kingdom, and I grew up reading his plays when I was a student in school, thanks to my mom who had lots of books, and I used to take away books from her library and I used to read them. I was a voracious reader and I read most of his plays, all that my mom had in her library, and I fell in love with the way he wrote, with his stories, with storytelling and everything, and drama. And that's how I also started writing. And yeah, it has been very interesting. And his plays, Macbeth, Julius Caesar, I really cried when I read Julius Caesar, Miranda, The Tempest, and you just name it. I'm so happy to be here in front of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre today. This is where most of his plays were staged when he was alive and working. I also went and visited his house, Warwick, some years ago, and I've been fortunate to be able to do that. But I feel also blessed to be able to come in front of Globe Theatre, which also caught fire some time ago, but it was restored and revived, and this is where his plays were staged. I wanted to also let you know a little about my writing journey, how I started. I started writing when I was in school, but I never used to share with anyone because my mom was a great writer, and I thought she was too good, and the rest of the books and everything that I read, I thought I was too minuscule to even share my writings, whether it was poetry or others. And yeah, I was actually, I thought, it was terrible and I couldn't share. And I used to carry a scrapbook with me, which used to be always in my bag. And I used to carry it to school and I used to bring it back with me. That was my only possession that I had in my life, which I always used to carry with me. Thanks to my teacher, Madam Dipali Ganguly, who actually found during one of the routine searches, and she took my book to the students, to the teacher's staff room, and she actually called me there. I was actually summoned. I thought I was a quiet kid and not naughty, so when I was actually called to the staff room, I was a little bit worried. But when I went there and I stood in front of them and she really asked me, do you write? I said, yes, ma'am, I do, but I was too scared to even open my mouth. I used to speak very, very less, and I used to run away from people at that point in my life. And I don't know, I was scared of a lot of things, including ghosts. Now I have become better. But having said that, and I was looking for my book for a few days, which I couldn't find. And there, when I went to the staff room, she actually took out the book and she actually showed me, are you looking for this one? And I was so amazed. But next what came was, she said, you write well, you should share. And that came with such a blessing. She was a wonderful teacher who taught us English, and she also made me fall in love more and more with literature, the way she taught. She also told, if you have to improve your language, learn 2 new words every day and try to make sentences, which I used to practice every day very diligently and religiously. And but I couldn't share with anyone to check if my sentences were right, but I am assuming even at that point it was because I put them into use and it was okay. So that's how I learned to develop my English skills and language skills as well. And I really have to, and I always thank her from the bottom of my heart for doing what she did, which was quite scary for me at that point in time. I was in school, but it actually opened up my heart and mind, and it actually showed that I should break my scare and be confident enough to share my writings with others. Well, it took me time after listening to her as well. I had to really open up and share my writings with others, but I'm glad I did. Till I published my first book in 2019, and it was called The Last Call, which was released and is available on Amazon. And the story continues, and I continue my writing. I've been writing for years and years, but never shared with the world. Thanks to also social media and the platforms which enables us to share what we write as, you know, as creative artists and people who follow creative pursuits. We have our normal life. We do a lot of work. I am a public health specialist. I'm a medical doctor, and I do all the work in public health that I do. But apart from that, I also write, I read, I do music. I have a lot of interests, and but this has helped me. And Shakespeare globe that you see behind me, he has been one of my silent persons who actually inspired me to write more, to read more, to become better. All these plays are so wonderful. People who don't read books, try to read. You will fall in love. Reading a book is like, for me, watching a movie, and it really gives me a lot of sense of fulfillment in learning new things and to grow myself. There are a lot of kids coming to the Shakespeare's Globe to watch some plays probably today. Very interesting. Let me go and catch up somewhere else. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Keep reading, keep inspiring, and I hope what I shared with you, a part of my life, has struck a chord with some of you, and you may also like to share your own stories with me as well. It'll be great to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. I'm sharing this on my channel, and thank you to all who have connected with me on this platform. It is awesome to be connected with you. For those who are new and are still listening, please do click the subscribe button. It will be awesome to connect with you, and yeah, I will bring you more stories from my life and from the world elsewhere. Today I happen to be in London, and I'm able to share this with you. Let me share a view of the place that I'm around. It's just around River Thames, and it's really awesome. This is the Globe Theatre that you see, and here is the River Thames that you see. Wonderful, isn't it? It's beautiful. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.